definitely remember growing up, like, this is part of the area of the town where I frequented a lot because I lived around this area. But, like, I remember always going to this farmer's. Did you ever hang out on this side of town?
No.
This is the hood.
I grew up on the other side.
This is the hood.
But even then, I was there, like, got here, like, halfway through 8th grade, so.
Yeah, I remember. So this park right here is Chihuahua Park. Oh, wow, it's changed so much since I last seen it. Chihuahua Park. It's actually called Popcorn Park, but I remember my dad used to get beer here.
That's burritos.
Oh, I remember that was a panaderia. That used to be a t-shirt place. The Honda River's right here. Yeah, it's weird. It's just crazy how much shit has changed. I remember I used to come here a lot. Roswell Livestock. Well, now it's Western. Yeah, Roswell Livestock. Okay, it still stays the same. But I used to come here to get chicken feed.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was buying.
Yeah. And I remember we used to always get gas here at Johnny's. Yeah, when Beth was locked out of her house, yeah. But I remember that used to be a gas station, and then and the guy, it used to be an Exxon, and his guy's name was Johnny. Then he turned it into a car care place, so couldn't get gas there anymore. So that sucked. And I don't know if it's still open or it's just closed for COVID, or maybe it's just because it's the weekend. I don't know if it's just run down. A lot of businesses out here kind of just die. I remember my mom used to pay the propane. She used to pay the propane bill here. My dad's really good friend has a business right here, Valley Motor Supply. I guess it closed it. And then my friend actually lived in this house. Well, you can't even see the house anymore. Shit. Okay, well, I remember I used to get on the bus and, like, we'd stop and pick her up. But other than that, this was the country. I remember they used to have fireworks stands up here. I remember the RV park. Wow, they tore down all these houses here. I remember that someone I knew used to live there, or someone my dad knew. I don't know. And then, yeah, this place, my dad used to go in there for shit. I brought my car here to get fixed when I wrecked into it, or my mom did. I don't know. If someone wrecked into a car somewhere. Let's see. There used to be a house out here that I know at one point my mom and dad were looking to buy a house in here somewhere. It didn't work out. I used to love looking at that house in the summer. I don't know why. I always thought it'd be a cool little house to have.
Is it your aunt's house?
No, my aunt's house is down here, actually. Down further. But I know at one point my mom and dad were thinking about buying this house right here. Is it this one? Oh, maybe it's not here anymore.
Today is the International Charity Day.
I always loved that house. I always thought it was so pretty out here.
It's helping out the Roswell Homeless Coalition. So if you're
No, but actually,
you want to spend a couple of dollars.
I don't know who lives out here, but around this time, my aunt lived in this little area, so we had a lot of family gatherings here. Yeah, watch, slow down. So that was my aunt's house, and this is basically where all the family gatherings happened. We'll probably stop by on our way back. I don't know who lives there now, but yeah. That's the sign. Oh shit, I want to go to Bitter Lake. I'll have to figure out when we go out there. Yeah, I'm gonna do a really massive. My dad was the groundskeeper of this house over here. This is JP White's house. My dad was the groundskeeper of that entire place. That was the first job well, not the first job he had, but it was one of the important ones, because that was when East Grand Plains School, I used to go over there. I used to pick up the bus here. There's nothing out here, man. I don't know if the overpass my dad made, not the overpass, but the overlook that he made out there is still there. We'll have to look. Yeah, that's one of the, that's the one going to the airport. It's kind of crazy because I've flown into Roswell and I always flew over this part. I'm like, oh, this is where I used to live. It's crazy. Down here, my uncle used to live over here. My dad's cousin, I think it was like the third. This is Seminole Road. That house is abandoned. Holy shit. This used to be the water company. I don't remember it being really active when I was little. It's just an old ass building. And I lived way the fuck out here. Damn, wind's picking up. This was the river I used to hang out in when I was little. And then the entrance to my house used to be right here. No, keep going. There's an entrance to, yeah, that's the entrance to my old house. Oh shit. There's nothing there anymore. The mailbox used to be over here. Keep going. I know that's the farm my dad used to work on. I think there's an overpass over here somewhere. Hold on. Oh, there it was. No, not anymore. This used to be, this back here is now owned by the Department of the Interior. And basically, this is just, it's, I don't know. The signs are gone. Well, I mean, they're still there. Yeah. So, this is where I used to live. Right over there. It's not there anymore. My dad worked for Bitter Lake National Wildlife Refuge, and this all back here now belongs to the Department of the Interior. So my dad, I don't know why or how he came up with this idea, but this all back here was farmland, and it was all farm that he used to farm back in the day. And for some reason, I don't know how he acquired, but there was a house right over here. It was a double wide, and we lived out there for years. Okay, I think I was about 12 when I moved. What ended up happening is because we're all in such rural area, back here, right over here, there's another river out here. People like to hunt out here. So what ended up happening was someone was hunting on a weekend, and a bullet went too far up its target, and it flew all the way to my house over here, and it went through the room, the master bedroom of my mom. My mom was sleeping, and luckily it didn't hit her. But when it landed, she panicked. She grabbed me. I was on the other side of the house. I lived in a double wide. It wasn't that very big of a house. And she grabbed me and she said, let's go. And we hid behind the refrigerator until the sheriff showed up. So the sheriff was doing a routine deal. This is the main highway that actually leads out over this hill to Texas. And so when I was growing up, I would always, my window always faced this hill. And so I always dreamt about what was over that hill. I always wanted to go past that. And this is where I spent my summers, man. This is nothing. There's nothing out here. And I was an only child, so I had a very big imagination. I read a lot. I hung out outside a lot. I used to ride my bike, which I don't know why, but I would, my mailbox was like right over here where that truck's coming in through. We were on at least 60 acres of land, and somehow there's like back ends of that area, but yeah, I used to ride my bike all over the place. And these summers out here are freaking hot. I don't know how I survive summers, but this is definitely not California. But this is it. This is where it all started. I lived here from 1986 to 2000. So, yeah. And I remember my dad used to irrigate the fields out here. So I remember when I was like 5 or 6, I'd play in ditches and help irrigate. The shop that my dad used to work at is right over there. I don't even know if you can see it. But yeah, this is where it all started. This was home for such a long time to me. So we're gonna head out and we're gonna see a couple of other spots. So, but I wanted to start here first because this is the true origin story of where all this began. Yeah, so that was where all the parties used to happen. All my aunts and everybody would come out here. That was an important spot because that's where I said I was gonna be better than everybody. I got into fights with everybody. So. All right, guys. So this was the worst years of my life. Oh man. All right. So this is Mason Middle School. I got here 1998 to 2000. I did 7th and 8th grade here. The school sucked. I had the worst time of my life here, let me tell you. Okay, I had some stories. I did this on a live, on a traffic confessional, but my mom, I mean, this is literally hood area. This is east side of Roswell. You can look around. This isn't technically the best neighborhood. But my mom worked down at Nancy Lopez, which we were just at. So I would walk from here to Nancy Lopez every day until, I don't know, for a good while. But the school sucked because I just had the worst memories here. So I told this story on the live and I'll tell it again, but I remember coming in here, the first, elementary school was bad. And I thought coming here because there was more kids, I would have not as bad of a time, but it was actually worse. I remember 7th grade, I had a bully in PE class, like the first period of the day. And this girl was huge, She was on the freaking basketball team, and so because I'd been fighting with people like in elementary school just to survive, because it's just, you look out of place here, it's, you don't look like one of these kids from the hood. So, but I don't know why I became a target, and I used to fight with this bitch every day for at least 3 months. And I remember I got slammed in the lockers. My uncles were teaching me how to fight. They were like, yo, get some chili and wrap it around your hands and everything, just knock her out. But what fucked up was the fact that we told the principal, hey, this shit's going down. My dad got pissed. And they wouldn't do anything because the championship was around the corner. So this girl kept going and causing me so much hell. And until the superintendent got involved, and it got really bad. But this was rough. This is rough. I don't know, between elementary and middle, I think middle school was the worst. But somehow I survived. I remember I had a couple classes here, and I mean, there were some good memories. I had some really cool teachers. I had some that really helped shape me into where I was headed. So not all of it is bad, but this was definitely 2 really bad years. So, but it's the hood. What do you expect? But yeah, I remember I got in trouble for sitting right there before school. So this school is haunted. This is Nancy Lopez Elementary. Home of the Falcons. All right, fun fact. I started out as a wolf, a falcon, a panther, a rocket, a cougar, and a greyhound. Those are all of my alma maters. Yeah. All right, guys, so this is Nancy Lopez Elementary. Nancy Lopez is a famous female golfer. I don't know why the fuck they would name the school after her, considering she never came around. I mean, if they named a school after me, I'd be invested, you know? But this bitch, I don't know where she lives now. I looked in to see where she was. I kind of wanted to tweet her and be like, you know, where the fuck you been? But as you can tell, this is smack dab in the middle of the hood. Like, literally, look around that way. This was tough. I remember my mom, the only reason I came to the school is because my mom decided to come and work here. I went to school, my first couple years of grade school was at East Grand Plains Elementary, and that was kinder and first. So I spent 2nd through 6th here, and these were rough because, you know, again, we're in a very gang heavy territory. So a lot of the kids I went to school with were kids of gang members. So it was tough. A lot of people probably wouldn't even think Roswell's like this, but it is. I remember, you know, it was harder for me because I came in with a target. You know, my mom was an employee here. And so obviously the kids found a way to make fun of me that way because they're like, well, your mom works here. And so this is where I got into a lot of trouble because I don't know. I think there was, you know, people would start their shit with me, but my dad was always one of those people like, if you have to get into a fight to defend yourself, get in the fight to defend yourself. So I was telling people I got fights in the bathroom. Like, I remember outside in the playground, there was all kinds of shit. So yeah, well, at one point there was a mural here. Oh, this place is haunted. So I remember my mom and I, we used to come here and work on the weekends, and there's a ghost in here. I don't know who the hell haunts this place. I'm gonna ask John LeMay. But yeah, this place is haunted. This used to be a little workroom. I remember my mom would come in here and do some stuff in here. Let's see. That used to be the library. My mom used to be kinder in here. That's the principal's office. But yeah, so anyway, so this principal, she said that she was in here one night and all the chains on the door started rattling. What freaked me out was me and my mom were here on a weekend and, well, actually, yeah, come this way. So this was the kindergarten room. But me and my mom, like, we were just working in one of, like, the lounge. We were doing, like, copies and stuff. And I remember looking down the long hall and I saw this figure standing there. And I was like, yo, Mom, look at this. And she was like, oh shit. So we literally ran from that little part where the office was and ran all the way over here. See, my mom's room is the very last one. You see the door on the other side of the double doors? That was like the door that led to the outside to the playground. So that was the 2nd grade classroom. I went to 2nd grade in there. And I did 3rd grade, 4th, and 5th on the long hall. But we ran, we ran all the way down this hall, grabbed our shit, locked this door, and took off because this place is haunted. Yeah. You can see kind of the playground. Yeah. This was a rough couple years. Oh, man. This was tough. I know that my mom hated it here. I don't know if she hated it. I think she was happy. Yeah, because my mom was actually she had like a real good job. You know, she was a teacher's associate. She made good money. But it was just easier for me to come with her so that she wouldn't have to be driving everywhere to come get me, you know? And from here, I started to dance ballet at Miss Minnie's, which you're gonna go see here in a minute. But Yeah, this school was rough, man. I got into so many fights here. I got into so many fights out there in the playground. Oh man. I remember one time in 6th grade though, I had a really cool teacher, and we went to the science fair, and there was one kid that didn't get to go. So over the weekend when we went to the science fair, him and his cousins and buddies went and shot up the classroom. So when we came in on Monday, there was gunshots and bullets everywhere. It was insane. I was like, holy shit, can you imagine we had been, and this was before big shootings were happening in schools. Like, this place used to get shot up all the time. It's nuts, man. I don't know how the kids are doing now. Like, the people I went to school with, I don't know where any of them are. I don't know, I know a couple have died due to gang violence, but what the hell? But yeah, this is a rough neighborhood, man. Spent a lot of time at the zoo. Wow. Crazy memories. All right. So this is Miss Minnie's school ballet. I started coming here, I think I was in 1st grade. My mom, this is how this started. This is how the ballet thing started. So my mom worked at a daycare like right over here. Like, I don't think that building's standing anymore. We should probably cruise by and see. But it used to be called Teeter Totters? I don't know. It was something stupid. But anyway, there was a girl that was in the playground, and she had her leotard, her pink tights on. And I was like, yo, what are you doing? And she was like, well, I dance. And I said, what do you mean you dance? She's like, I do ballet. And I was like, okay. And so I told my mom, I was like, I want to go dance ballet. And so my mom's like, all right. So she brought me here. And I remember my mom talked to Miss Minnie. And Miss Minnie was like, all right, go watch this class and see if how they're dancing. And so I danced, or I watched them dance. And my mom's like, do you think you can do this? And I was like, yeah, I totally think I can do this. And I remember my mom saying, don't quit after the first lesson. And that was when I was in 1st grade, and then I actually completed my last dance with them my senior year of high school. So once I got into college though, I didn't have time because I was doing so many credits and things, but this is where I look so good. I mean, this was a really good workout. I mean, I not only did dance, to offset it, you know, I grew up I went to school in a really bad area, but Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, I was here dancing. And so I met people from other areas of town, and, you know, my girls, I got along with all of these really cool girls, and, you know, made some lifelong friendships, and some of these girls that I danced with were in my wedding. And it also was really good because I got my confidence from here, because not only was I prancing around the stage in a tutu, but I could do it in front of hundreds of people. And one of the things that helped me down the road in high school and even in middle school was the fact that I can get in front of a class and do a presentation, no sweat. I had no fear, and most people can't do that. So this place gave me that. And I know there were some bad memories here and there over dances and stuff, but I have all my costumes, and it was a good little learning adventure. So props to Miss Minnie. I hope she's still well. Over here, this is the soccer field, and this is the Wool Bowl. This is the biggest parking lot here. Actually, I remember I went to Roswell driving school to get my license, and there was some weekends you'd come out here and do the obstacle course, and they would set up cones and shit in here. Oh my god. They would set up cones and stuff in here, so you had to like get in a car. I don't know where they picked up cars at for you to drive. There's a dog park here now. Well, it's called the Wolf Bowl. That's cute. But anyway, so this is the Wool Bowl parking lot. And this is actually where our high school graduation was held. What?
That's where we got set up.
This is where the setup was, that building right there. And then you had to walk all that way to the middle. Oh, I forgot. We have to go to my job. That one job I had. I guess we can go now. Turn back around and go. There's a wobble. Jeez. Jarrod, tell them about the time. Wait, hold on. All right, so we're gonna paint the picture. It was May 19th, 21st. Here in the Wooble parking lot, we had just graduated, Jarrod and I. Jarrod, what was your car like?
A total mess.
Why was it a mess?
There's remnants, crap on the car, shrink wrapped in plastic. Couldn't get into the car for about 5-10 minutes. And then I go to the car wash immediately after because I couldn't see out my windows.
How the hell did you get home?
I had to go to the car wash carefully.
Oh my God. But yeah, this is the
I had to roll my windows down because Audrey,
your sister,
painted all kinds of crap in my car where I couldn't hardly see out the window.
I remember that night very specifically because you and I had started dating probably like the month prior after prom. And Jarrod decided it'd be fun to introduce his dad and say, hi, this is my girlfriend in front of my dad. My dad's like, what? And so my dad met Jarrod's dad and he's like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And then I ended up having my graduation dinner at Farley's, literally down the road. My graduation party was over here. Actually, let me flip the camera. My graduation party was over here at this place. Now it's like the hot spot to be at, called Farley's. And I remember sitting on this fucking patio having to explain that Jarrod was my boyfriend. There's the New Mexico Military Institute. This is the West Point of the West. Here's downtown. All right, Jarrod, what is your favorite memory of Roswell?
I'm not really sure I have one. I mean, I have a lot of good memories in Roswell.
I don't know if, I
think just cruising down Main Street at night.
Like we did last night. That's
like we did last night, yeah.
It's like our little tradition. Cruising down Main. We're gonna go to the high school real quick. We're gonna debunk something that happened in high school. See, in high school I was not dating Jarrod at the time, but were we dating? No, we weren't. No, this is before we were dating.
Yeah, not at that point, no.
But I turned into the parking lot and this motherfucker almost ran into me. I had just gotten in my car for my birthday and he was driving around this old clunker, took a sharp turn, almost hit me. You
got your car when you're 16. Calm down.
I know, but still.
This is 2 years later.
Okay, but still, it was still a nice new car.
No, it was not.
Well, you know what? It was a good car for me, okay? I could get around where I needed to go. This one's driving around an old aluminum can and almost wrecked into me.
No.
Yes.
I'm at the end of the parking lot. You come out like a bat out of hell.
No, I did not. I eased into the parking lot.
Lewis and EDF can attest. You don't ease into nothing.
First of all, Lewis and EDF aren't here to defend me.
Exactly.
So that's bullshit.
They can't defend you anyways. They know how you drive.
No, look, they got to San Francisco fine. Okay? I don't understand. Alright, so this is downtown Roswell, guys. As you can see, there's eyes on the lanterns. This is it. This is what everyone comes to visit. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest with you. But as you know, Roswell, New Mexico was known for the crash of 1947. I don't think people can go out to the UFO crash site. Can they?
I don't know, we never tried.
Huh.
We should probably do that.
We should probably go try. You can see all this. This used to be, remember that coffee spot we used to like?
Out of this road coffee house.
What's this called now? Hangar 209. Well, I know the hangars down at the base are where the UFO was kept down there.
Kept.
This UFO thing happened.
Allegedly.
No, it happened, honey.
Allegedly.
No, it happened.
A hot air balloon.
It was not a hot air balloon. But as you can see, there are tourists here. Why the hell is this light taking so long? Yeah, I mean, not right this second, but yeah. All right, so as you can see, there are tours here. People come to Roswell for I don't know what reason. I mean, I've lived here all my life, so I don't know why people would come here, but here is the infamous UFO Museum. Right here, UFO Museum. And so people come from all over the world to hang out here at the museum. And all these stores are UFO themed. It's crazy. This is the Allsups. I used to work at the RIOC building, which we'll show you in a minute, but we used to have 15-minute breaks, so we would walk from the building to this Allsups to get like a 35-cent, 32-ounce drink. Cheap. Allsups burritos also. If you guys don't know what Allsups burritos are, it's like the New Mexico staple. And there's the Historical Society. If anyone remembers when I talked to the award-winning author John LeMay, this is where he gets all of his information. So he actually asked me if I needed to go in there to film for today. I said I didn't think so, but I was going to be in the area. So this is the historical district of Roswell, and we're going to go see where I used to work. It was my first job. Oh man. All right, so this is the Roswell Independent School District Administration Building. I got my first job in here, and ironically, this kept me employed for a good while. I used to be the receptionist. I used to work the switchboard right over here through these double doors. Fun fact though, this is the cool thing about what I did here. So my mom, like I said at Nancy Lopez, my mom was a teacher's associate. So in the summer or anytime she needed to come to either this building or the other building where this used to be at, I got to know the people that worked in here. And when the time came, when I was 16, my mom gave me a car. My mom and dad both gave me a car, and they said it's paid off, you just got to pay for your insurance. So I had to start looking for a job, and I ended up applying here because my mom was like, you could really do well here. And I was like, well, let's see. So I remember I filled out my application. I was a junior. I got into Business Professionals of America. You either had to be in BPA or DECA to be considered to work here. And I enrolled in the BPA classes, and I did the interview, and I went into this room full of people in this conference room. And they were like, well, you're a junior. We typically don't hire juniors. And I said, that's fine. You know, I can do a couple hours after school. I can work the holidays. And it was kind of, I didn't know if I was going to get it or not. But sure enough, I ended up getting it. I spent my summers here. I would come right after school. I'd come here about 4 o'clock. And then I'd go work the switchboard for an hour and a half, close it down, and then leave. And then the summers I spent it in the HR department. So this was kind of where I decided I wanted to get into something serious career-wise. So this was a really big stepping stone. Eventually I stopped working in the HR department. I went to the AmeriCorps department because they were offering scholarships for students. So I did that. And then when I got tired of working with AmeriCorps, I ended up becoming a substitute teacher. So RSD has a very big foundation of me. Like, if you look at my earlier applications, RSD is like from 2003 to 2010. It's a very big chunk of my life, but I learned a lot of really cool things here. Fun fact, I don't know if you know, honey, I'm sorry, but I had an ex-boyfriend come and bring me flowers here right before he was going to college. And I remember I talked about here. I don't know why he came here. I think he was just like, he just wanted to say bye, and he brought me flowers, and that was really sweet. I don't think we were dating yet, but my mom was like, what the hell? I said, he went to Portales now, so, but that was really sweet. That was one of my memories. And walking to the Allsups on break to get a drink. But I learned a lot of really cool, I just knew I wanted to be someone important because I worked with superintendents and stuff here. Another fun fact, so I just looked into this, but at the time, the superintendent of instruction, Mr. Mike Gottlieb,
he would see me walking around this building and working and stuff. He got to know me. At graduation, everyone was getting their diplomas handed out by another person. When I walked up to get my diploma, Mr. Mike got up and gave it to me himself. And so I ended up taking pictures with him in his office over here. Now he's the superintendent of the school district, so fun fact. But yeah.
Alright, so this is the Roswell Daily Record. Obviously I can't film in front of the building because this is a huge busy street over here. That's Main Street. So I'll talk about it here. I was living in North Carolina after I graduated from ENMU, and partner in crime, co-CEO of Mdmc, decides to volunteer to go to Afghanistan. Took off for a year. I was not staying in North Carolina, so I ended up coming back to Roswell, and I substitute taught for a little bit because I still had my license, and I hated it. And you know, I had just graduated and I wanted to find something that would nurture what I went to college for. So Roswell Daily Record was hiring for someone in advertising, so I applied. And the lady who was looking at my portfolio, she's like, "You're a writer, you're not advertising." And I said, "Well, I can do both." And so at that moment, it wasn't announced yet, but the editor of the community section was quitting. So the editor met with me, talked to me, and I came back for an interview, and then I landed at the end of the week. So this was my first real job with a degree in the field that I got my degree in. And so I spent 2011, April 2011 to May 2012 here at the Daily Record. And man, I had a lot of fun here. I made a lot of friends. The pages that I was in charge of were just probably the most colorful, most amazing pages the Roswell Daily Record's ever seen. So I left my little footprint here. It's never been the same since, but it was a really good start to a career. So this was the last stop before we went to San Diego and moved out there.
You want to get closer?
Yeah, let's get closer. I don't know if someone's gonna get mad at us. So a long time ago, I think, what year did we work here? 2006?
Oof.
Was it 2006?
5 to 6.
Oh, my dad was sick at the time.
So I left in 2007, so yeah.
Okay, so all right, so here it is. We're gonna paint you the picture. So this is the Galaxy 8 movie theater, Allen Theaters. I'm just gonna tell you who they are. They're the Allen Theaters. But Jared and I, we used to work here. I think it was right around the time I lost I didn't lose a job, but AmeriCorps, something happened with AmeriCorps. I ended up like not getting re-upped on that contract. So I ended up substitute teaching, and then we ended up here. Why did we end up working here? Do you remember?
We didn't have a summer job. We're the school was done, so we didn't have a summer job.
Okay. So we didn't have a summer job. So we ended up here at the Galaxy 8. And we thought it would be a really cool job to have in the summer. And so we came out here.
Applied that day.
We applied that day. We got the
hired that
jobs. Did we get hired that day?
We got hired that day.
Okay. And so we had fun for the summer. Get back in the frame. What are you doing? This is our story. So we ended up getting hired here. You were a projectionist.
Yep.
I worked as a concessionist. And it was fun for like the first month or two. And then the owner or the manager was a total bitch. Ben, who isn't here with us, we thought we'd have him here in time for it, but they're gonna start selling popcorn in a minute, so we gotta do this now. But Ben came and worked with us too. And so we had a really fun time.
Hey, here's our sign.
Yeah, we're doing
Popcorn today, 3 o'clock.
So
Get it while it's hot.
So we ended up like working out here for a good while. And I think what ended up happening was there was a string of firings, right? That's pretty much when shit went downhill.
No, but, well, it started with what's his name?
Ramsey.
Who threw coke into the trash can and missed, and he got fired instead of a write-up. And his mom was working here as a manager, so she quit. And his buddy was working here as a manager. He quit. So we had 3 people quit that same day. Well, 2 quit, 1 got fired.
And then I remember, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I was working as a concessionist, and then they ended up telling me I had to go pull tickets. So it was like a less stressful job. But it was fine. I mean, it was a fun job until, you know, the manager was a total bitch. And then Ben, back in the MySpace days, Ben made a group for all of us employees to hang out at, because it was one of those jobs that we just got along with everybody. And we just wanted to hang out with everybody. And so he made that group. And then the manager found out about it. She ended up crying because I guess she realized that, you know, people weren't really happy working for her. Who would have thought? And you can, yeah. And then Jarrod got in trouble. There's something with hours, okay? I remember
Yeah.
you were a projectionist.
They would lie about the hours. Like, they
Yeah.
would clock out before me. Or no, I clocked out before him. He clocked out after I did. And then they changed it in the system to where we weren't working that late.
I remember a time when I actually clocked out at 10. And usually it takes about an hour and a half to clean up after a movie, the last movie showing. And they clocked me out early, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? And I think we were catching on to the fact that they were doing that. And then they said that Jarrod and I were upstairs in the projection area fucking, and that's why, which we never did. That was gross. That place is haunted up there too. But, and then I remember at one point, I just up and quit. I was like, I'm done, I'm out. And so I quit, and because, you know, my house is right there, I ended up just, you know, I quit, and they were like, I called in and I'm like, I'm not returning. And they're like, oh no, you got fired. I was like, no, I'm not returning. They're like, no, you got fired. And then I don't know what the hell happened, but the next thing I know, there's a police report. I got banned from here. Why did I get banned? Do you remember?
They made up some bullshit story, but you kept calling and prank calling them.
Oh yeah,
the place.
you can get banned from the mall, and also have the Roswell Police Department ban you completely from the premises for crank calling, which I never did. I never cared. Once I quit, I was done. So it was such a bullshit ban. And eventually my cousin, who worked for the PD, eventually got it lifted. So then I could come back, which was funny because, you know, I came back quite a bit to the movies and everyone would watch me. I'm like, I don't understand. It was the weirdest shit. But this place sucked. And then Jarrod, tell him what happened in the box. I'll film you doing it. Hold on.
I was gonna film it.
Then okay, now you're filming on it.
All right, so this used to be a box over here behind me. This is where I actually got talked to by the manager at one point. And I was asking about a poster movie that came out, was the TMNT movie in 2007, the CGI movie. And so they put me in the box and let me go, pretty much.
You know what's funny though was I was over here in the parking lot waiting for him to get done. Like, there was a line forming right here. And I was like, what is happening? And then like,
Oh yeah, but that's because there's a lady I knew, and so we started talking, and then people started forming a line behind her, even though the lights were off in the box. Nobody was in there. But that's what kind of happened.
but it was funny because like, okay, so Ben and I are sitting over here in this parking lot. We're just standing out here watching, right? And we're just like, okay, what the fuck's happening? And then we see the line forming behind him. And we're like, what the hell? And so eventually he got let go and then we just took off. So this was a shit show. I think I only worked here for like 5 months, but the fact that what pissed me off though was that they got the police involved and told me I was banned altogether for something I didn't even do. I was such a bad kid. The sign right here. Alright. No, let's see if the visitor center's open. So this is where my dad used to work. I have not been back out here since I wrote an article about the Friends of Bitter Lake. So it's been about 10 years since I've been back out here. This is where my dad used to work. This is Bitter Lake National Wildlife Refuge. Not much to see yet, but this is the road leading up to it. This is the visitor center. Yeah, definitely pull into here. So the story behind this building was my dad had actually originally built the overlook that goes to this building And it was just a simple overlook. It was like a deck, and he thought it would look cool if he thought like down the road like they should really build a building here to be the visitor center, and eventually they ended up doing it. And I don't know if it's open. We'll definitely look to see if it's open, but there's a plaque inside the building in dedication to my dad. So this was the official visitor center. I don't care, I'm gonna walk up there anyway. Wait, stop right here? Or wherever? But yeah. This is Bitter Lake. This is where my dad used to work.
There's like a deck down there.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk out. Let's see. Before, it used to just be a wooden deck. And this is a butterfly trail. And yeah. They named it after Joe Skeen. I really thought they should have named it after my dad, but that's just me being biased. But yeah, they put this whole building here. So right now they're closed. Yeah. So allegedly back there on that wall, gosh, you can't even see, back there on where those windows are in the back, there's a plaque for my dad's name. I think I should come back before I edit this video so I can get a picture of that, because I haven't been back here in a while.
Well, when you can, because I mean, it said right there, I was here at 4, you're here at like 2:30.
Yeah, but right now it says it's closed, so I don't know.
All right, I'm guessing it's during COVID.
All right, so obviously this building's closed, but I'm gonna see if I can see what I can over here. We had my dad's retirement party in here.
There you go.
So when my dad made this, he always thought it would be cool if you had like rocking chairs in here and you can just look at this picturesque view of the Comanche Hill. So this was all of my dad's vision, and it came to life.
You got somebody out there. 2 of them out there.
Yeah, all right, so I remember back in the day when my dad would work out here, he would take his truck around and just drive around the refuge. But yeah.
Yeah, see, there's a little deck.
Yeah. Oh, that's I don't know if he built that or that was already, I don't know. Maybe they redid it.
Looks new.
But my dad always said, because he loved New Mexico, that whoever named New Mexico the land of enchantment, they were standing right here when they did it. That's probably not true, but in his mind, that's what he said. So it's crazy because we had his retirement party in here somewhere. I just wish this place was open. There's that plaque is right on this wall right here. I saw it in here.
This might be from your dad.
Yes, YCC 2004. Okay, so I remember this summer, my dad had a bunch of crazy kids. All right, so my dad hated working with kids. I don't know why. He was just like, he's one of those people who's like, just leave me alone. But I think they liked him because he was kind of a badass. But the YCC is the Youth Challenge something. But 2004, I remember, because that was the year we graduated. And so all these little kids would put, not little kids, they were teenagers.
High school kids.
I remember Alan, the hell? This one's another 2004. It's crazy. Yeah, I feel like, wow, what the hell is happening out here? I wonder if they're doing tours. Yeah, that's nuts. Usually the public isn't allowed to go down there. So I'm surprised that they're doing that. But yeah. My dad, I tell you, like, the main office to this place is over here. I fell in the pond over here as a kid. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Here's the old offices. I remember there used to be 2 houses over here. I used to spend my summers over here. My dad would bring me to work. Yeah, and here's the butterfly trail. This butterfly trail goes all the way down to over there, if you can see it. But there's so much amazing wildlife here, deer, all sorts of crazy shit you wouldn't imagine, but yeah, this is it. To be the main office down there. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know who still works here. I don't think anyone I know still works here. Yeah. This used to be the visitor center. I remember the mural that they got done over here. I remember there's a girl on that I'm still friends with that used to live in here. Who? Who?
A person with a curler.
Yeah, yeah. My dad's shop is right below that hallway, and then my dad built that. That mural was here. I want to say someone built it right around the time my dad was doing it. I know that this was an extension that my dad helped build at one point too. It's crazy. I've not been back here in so long. It's been forever. But yeah, underneath these houses, we used to come here. Someone used to live here and someone used to live over there. And I remember having a party in that house over there.
Someone still lives there.
Yeah, I mean, this is like government housing, so like for their employees, if they moved or they transferred somewhere, they offered them housing. So that's how they're able to live there. But yeah, this is Bitter Lake.
This is all that driving tour.
Yeah, you can go down the tour. You've never done that? Oh, I have.
Well, no, you have. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up here, so it's like.
Exactly, you've done it.
Yeah. We've got an SUV. We can do this. So
that's what they're doing, driving tour.
Yeah, they're doing the driving tour. I thought their employees were here. Driving tour. You can either do. Okay. Oh, well, it's either
I think
or.
it loops around.
Yeah, it has to loop around.
Because that's what it came from. So.
Yeah. My dad did a lot of work out here. He would actually pull the salt cedar out of, I mean, it looks nice and clear now, but the salt cedar used to grow out here like crazy. Like there's some right down there, that crazy bush tree right there, that's what salt cedar is. And so he was a heavy equipment operator out here, so he would come out here and make sure it was cleaned up and stuff. Like my dad had a very good job. We never struggled from what I remember. He worked for the Department of the Interior, which is under the government, under the U.S. government. So, and I remember not really a fun fact, but it's a really sad fact. He got that job with the Department of the Interior on Valentine's Day. And I forget what year, 1990, I believe, I'm not sure. But we ended up burying him on Valentine's Day, which was just a weird coincidence, but he loved it here. This was life. Out in the open. I mean, this is pretty desolate out here. There's nothing out here. I grew up in this all this whole time. It's crazy how far we've come, Yeah, that's probably an old one that my dad built. I'm gonna have to come out here during the week to take a picture of that. I don't know who else works here anymore. It's so pretty. My old house is way the hell over there. It's crazy. Alright, so that is the back side of the visitor center where we were. And then right down there was where my dad used to work in that building. Yeah. We did the big tour. dad's dream. He always wanted that building there. I gotta figure out how to get something named after him out here. We'll figure it out. MDMC will figure it out. Alright, so here we're at the back end of Goddard. Man, I remember I had to do PE class, and I had to run around that entire thing. Man, crazy. I had to catch the bus over here. This side gate open? Yeah, I can. Wow. So there's Goddard High. This is where we went to high school, honey.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Mr. Lopez's class right there.
I made out with a guy in there. Sorry, honey. Oh man. Remember we sat on this bench after prom?
Yeah. That's where you eat lunch last day.
You used to eat lunch out here? I didn't do that.
Because you're a loser.
No.
That's where our driving class was, right here in the doors.
Drama class? Oh, that's right.
Mr. Lyons.
I waited for my dad after I did the national trip to Cincinnati. I waited for him on this bench, or on this wall right here, until he came out here. Did you ever play tennis?
No.
I never did either. I never played around in these courts.
Remember we did for PE one day.
What the hell is in that building?
What's on that one?
Yeah. I never went in that building.
I think that's the weightlifting class.
Maybe.
I
That's.
think that's where we did the class with that.
I don't
Pretty sure.
remember being in there.
I think that's where our weightlifting class was at, right there.
It's weird that there's just a random portable right here.
Yeah.
But
I don't
man,
know whose class that was.
remember this entire parking lot was full of kids though. Like we all parked out here.
Yeah, there's a shit of us. And I'm so glad we had a parking outside it.
Did you ever come to school that late that you had to park out there?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a loser.
I came in late, remember? Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to
Jarrod
class.
used to go to the Hastings to get the new movies that came out.
Yep, on Walmart.
Oh, I guess that's part of Goddard. That's the Littlefield, I think.
Yeah. That makes me feel.
Yeah.
And this is where you zoom through the parking lot.
I did not. Okay, let's paint the picture. I came in through that right there, through that gate. I came in here, right here,
Like this?
and then watch out with the bumpies. Oh my god. And then you dumbass. Oh my god, you're crazy. Oh, go back. Oh shit. Yo, remember people used to do donuts out here? Oh man. Let's just do like.
Yeah, it's the end right here.
Oh shit, there's someone coming too.
And this is where you came in, cruising through.
You almost hit me there. What are y'all doing? Get the fuck out of the way. They're reminiscing too. Oh my god. But high school was fun for me. I had a lot of fun here. This is where I definitely had a lot more fun here. I mean, I found my tribe out here. Like, it was just cool, you know?
And this is where the kids smoked illegally.
All the people would smoke weed over here.
Frosty grass. Everything.
But, yeah. Well, I'm going to talk about Goddard since we didn't get out. So after having really bad experiences at elementary and middle school, Goddard was like just so much better. I met kids I got along with, and it was a better experience. I met Jarrod.
Because you're stuck up, that's why.
I was not stuck up. Okay, no, that's a misconception.
No, it's not.
No, I was not stuck up.
Yes,
Okay.
you were.
No, I wasn't.
You know, it was so far up the clouds. I know where you began and it ended.
Oh my god. No. Okay. let's see. We did 9th through 12th there. I'm gonna have to pull out some pictures from back then, but man, that was a lot of fun. I did newspaper. I was a reporter, started out as a reporter and an assistant editor. And then there was that junior year, that junior year I had to take chemistry. I don't know why I signed up for chemistry. And I lost out because chemistry was basically an elective. And I lost out on my newspaper class that Jarrod over here became the assistant editor.
Yeah, because I've been there forever, since freshman year. So it was my spot.
And then I ended up...
Get a fake position made.
First of all, Mr. Kimball loved me. And so he made me the features editor. And then, so yeah, I was in the school newspaper for that long. And then I did BPA, Business Professionals of America. What else happened? Yeah, that was Goddard. I had a lot of fun. I made a lot of friends. I know the first semester in, because I was messing around so much with like just talking in class and getting to meet people and stuff, my grades dropped a little bit, but I picked them back up because my dad's like, all right, now you've had fun, now get to work. And so I did. And so I had a lot of fun. And then I didn't start dating this guy until the end of senior year.
Yeah.